Great. I think we can start. DTM Sayed Abbas.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, fellow Toastmasters. It's a great opportunity to welcome you all to a bad Toastmaster meeting, regular Toastmaster meeting. Without any further delay, and preparing to welcome the club president, DTM Toastmaster Khalid, a few things just to remember. Make sure that you might mute your mic while you are not speaking, and get ready to have fun and enjoyment. With a very big round of applause, let's welcome our president, Toastmaster DTM Khalid Abdullah.
Thank you so much, Sir Acting Sergeant DTM Sayed Abbas Al-Alawi. Ramadan Kareem to everyone in the house, be it in the house literally in Bahrain or far away from Bahrain, who are virtually right now in Bahrain. Welcome to Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club meeting 213, and I call meeting to order. Let me just ask, do we have any announced apologies apart from the three? I know Toastmaster Bitambaran is not able to make it. Toastmaster Deepak was the third person as well, recorded as an apology. Is there anyone who apologized that I'm not aware of? Okay, silence means we're still not sure about the remaining of our members. I hope they would come by the bus, as we always say. Let me move on to a very nice segment of the meeting, very rejuvenated segment of the meeting, which is inviting guests. And today we have a guest who's coming far away from here, all the way from Malaysia. Toastmaster Suki, would you like to say a few words about yourself? Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, President. Hello, everyone. My name is Suki, and I'm from Standard Chartered GBS Toastmasters Malaysia. Nice to meet all of you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suki, for coming all the way from Malaysia. I was chatting with Suki before we started, and she said she never been to Bahrain. And I said, well, you are now in Bahrain, but virtually. So welcome Toastmaster Suki to Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club, to be specific. Thank you so much for joining us. Moving on to the adoption of the agenda. As far as the agenda in front of me, I only see one missing role player, who is DTM Ahmed Rizvi. But since we haven't heard anything from DTM Ahmed Rizvi, I'm sure he would be joining in any second from now. So would I ask any of the members to please raise a motion to adopt the agenda as it is?
Yes, Mr. President, I raise a motion to accept the agenda as it is. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, DTM Thuraya. May I ask someone to second? Yes, please.
I would just also recommend that in case DTM Ahmed Rizvi isn't able to join, should we have a backup plan?
We always have a backup plan.
Sure.
And our backup plan is Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi, without saying it. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farouk. Thank you so much for seconding the minutes of the meeting. Sorry, seconding the agenda for today.
Yes. Thank you.
Ramadan Kareem to everyone. We are in the month of Ramadan. And for those, I'm sure everyone felt it somehow. You all been into Ramadan one way or the other. This Ramadan, unfortunately or fortunately, it's totally different. And I'm sure the Master of Ceremonies in a while will have so much to say about Ramadan, as the theme for today is about Ramadan. But let's just reflect on Ramadan for us as Toastmasters. What has happened so far before Ramadan and during Ramadan? Talking about me specifically, I've been in each and every contest almost in each and every contest as the Chief Sergeant at Arms. And the pace of events that were happening before Ramadan were so much, I could not really help but having one mic, one there, connecting multiple meetings, trying to be in multiple places at the same time. Ramadan came, and all of a sudden, all of the contests, division contests were over, and we would be just waiting for our DTAC after Ramadan, after Eid. So that was a coincidence for me. I'm sure everyone around felt that as well, one way or the other. You felt that we had somehow free time. And I attended on Thursday a meeting in Active Minds Toastmaster Club, and they were celebrating the 400th meeting. And we had the past president of Toastmaster International, DTM Mohammed Murad. And during his keynote, he was reflecting back on his journey as a Toastmasters. And during the keynote, he had 1 minute of silence. And he was just saying, we as Toastmasters, how do we feel? What do we feel? And let me just try that. I wouldn't take 1 minute, but let me just be quiet for a minute and just have that feeling of mindfulness at this point in time. Exactly. I don't know whether you were like me, but there inside, you were trying to shut what goes inside and just enjoy the silence. Was it only me, or is it only you as well? This is what I felt. All of a sudden, we don't have the multiple Toastmasters meeting we used to have. And we are in the month of Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, trying to devote some time for ourselves as a Toastmaster or for ourselves as a human being. And this is what my message to you. Let's utilize this month. Let's utilize this month of, when it comes to Toastmasters, the month of silence. Let's reflect on our journey. What has happened? All of a sudden, rushing through the multiple meetings during the COVID, all the way from Bahrain, Malaysia, Lebanon, Sri Lanka. We don't have today's BTM Farhad. And all of a sudden, we are with ourselves, trying to reflect on the journey 2 months away from ending the term. What do you want to achieve during this month, be it spiritually or be it in Toastmasters level? Where do you want to take yourself out of those busy time and be that self-mindful person thinking about the next journey in his or in her life? I don't know what would happen with you. I don't know whether you would be able to control what goes inside your mind. But my message to you, this is the golden opportunity to devote some time for ourselves. Thank you so much. And let's move on to our business session. And before I start the business session, may I call on our secretary, DTM Ratinder, to advise whether we have a quorum today?
Mr. President, we have 8 members. And we have 8 members and we have 3 apologies. So I think we have the quorum.
Well,
with the apologies included, of course.
If you want to include the apology, but we need to have the active members here. I think for the time being, we don't really have a quorum, but we just need to have one more person, and I'm sure we would be having a few currently, couple of joining in. So for the time being, if you can just... Yes,
Mr.
DTM Abbas.
Suggestion.
Yeah,
You can
go
go
ahead.
by weight if you wish.
I can do what, sorry?
You can count by weight if you wish.
Okay.
And we will have a quorum.
That's not a big deal. I'm sure we'll
See,
be having a
if you
quorum.
count by weight, there are some people who are here who are lightweight also. And I am not looking at DTM Zara.
Yes, yes, Toastmaster Farouk.
Mr. President, I propose that we continue with the session, but do not take any decisions that affect the club functioning until the quorum is achieved.
Sure. We will definitely do that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farouk. So for the time being, may I call on the secretary.dtm Ratender to read summary of last meeting?
Yes, Mr. President. Fellow Toastmasters, back minutes of meeting number 212. There were 11 people who attended. There were 4 people who we had apologies of, and there were plenty of guests, and the guests were unaccountable. There were plenty of them. So it's better we leave it. In the business session, the meeting was first opened by the standing Sergeant at Arms, DTM Faraz Farooq. The President introduced the guests and welcomed the guests to the meeting. The President, and it was a very long list of guests, it was a long list of introductions also. The President introduced the guests and welcomed the guests to the meeting. The President spoke about persistence and perseverance in difficult times. In the business session, the minutes were read by the Secretary. Sergeant at Arms was not present. There was no report to be presented. The Treasurer, DTM Mohammad Al-Dosri, reported that the club had more than BD 300 in cash. He also asked all members to pay their dues. BD 18 for the period April to September 2021. In the officer's report, VP Public Relations, DTM Zara, talked about the newsletter. She showed glimpses of the newsletter at the meeting. VP membership, DTM Syed Abbas Al-Alawi, performed the introduction ceremony for the new member, Toastmaster Deepak. DTM Faraz Farooq was assigned as the mentor for the new member. DTM Deepak then gave a 2-minute acceptance speech. VP Education, DTM Faraz, talked about joint meetings, comments received by him. He also spoke about the present DCP points level and his future plans. In any other issues for this discussion segment, DTM Ali Shahbaz suggested a 15-minute meeting in the breakout room for catching up between mentors and mentees. The motion was raised by DTM Ali and seconded by DTM Syed Abbas Al-Alawi. The motion was passed. Education session. The President then introduced the TMOD of the day, DTM Khalid Abdullah. The TMOD spoke on the theme of the day, Mother's Day. TMOD started the meeting with the introduction of the General Evaluator, DTM Ahmed Rizvi. Next, the Grammarian Toastmaster, DZ Cervantes, was introduced. Idiom of the day, awe-inspiring, was introduced. Awe-inspiring was introduced by the Grammarian. The R-counter Toastmaster Nadia Khadoum was introduced next. And then the timer Toastmaster Deepak was introduced. The following speakers presented their speeches. Toastmaster Rinku Narayan, a guest, and her title of the speech was Aromas of My Childhood. She was evaluated by, that comes a little bit later, we will tell about the evaluators later. DTM Gina John was the next speaker, and her title of the speech was Choose the Best. DTM Syed Hazam Al-Alawi, I think it is Toastmaster Syed Hazam Al-Alawi, he spoke next, and his title was Heart Made of Marshmallows. Evaluation session. The following evaluators presented their evaluation. DTM Zara Al-Mukarak evaluated the first speaker. DTM Khalid Abdullah evaluated the second speaker, and DTM Faraz Farooq evaluated the third speaker. Table topic session was conducted by DTM Shivdas Nayak. DTM Ali Shahbaz was the first speaker. The second was DTM Guraz Vankadia. The third was Toastmaster Daisy Cervantes. Fourth was Toastmaster Akhlaq Abbasi. Fifth was DTM Ratindranath. Sixth was Toastmaster Muhammad Waqaruddin. general evaluation. The general evaluation was conducted by DTM Ahmed Rizvi. 2 suggestions for improvement were made by the GE. Allocate roles before the meeting. GE asked speakers to watch the recording of their speeches for improving their next speeches. Club awards were presented to Best Table Topic Speaker, DTM Ali Shahbaz and DTM Ratinder Nath. Best Evaluator, DTM M. Faraz Farooq. Best Speaker, Toastmasters Syed Hazam Al-Alawi. Meeting was adjourned by 6:30 p.m. Next meeting on April 17, 2021. Mr. President.
Wow. Thank you so much, DTM Ratinder Nath, for the detailed minutes of meeting. And this is his style since the beginning of the term. I could not really change that. Thank you so much, DTM Ratinder. We have a guest who I would like to introduce and hear from before we jump into the remaining of the officer's report. So may I call on Toastmaster Ginny?
Yes, hi. Good evening, brother. Good evening, Toastmasters.
Very good evening.
Who are you, Toastmaster Ginny?
You want my intro?
Please.
Oh, I see. Okay, so myself, me, Toastmaster Ginny. I'm the VP Education of St. Paul Toastmasters. And I love visiting Bats Toastmasters every week. I guess I'm here for some time, maybe an hour or maybe half an hour. But I really love to attend the meeting. So today also I'm here to just peep in and see what's going on.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much,
Ginny, for being here with us. And this is how the meeting honestly gets enriched by having more faces, more guests. And hopefully you would be also turning to be a member very soon. I'm watching after you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ginny. Let's move on to the officer's report. And the first report for today is our immediate past club president, DTM Zahra Al-Mukharraj.
Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, good afternoon to you all. As an immediate past club president, I would like to share with you the updates as a nomination chair. We do have as a club a nomination chair and a nomination committee members. I would like to thank DTM Thuraya Jum'a and DTM Ali Shahbaz for accepting the role of being part of this committee. And yes, I shared with all the members 3 documents. The first document was all the responsibilities and duties as a PDF file, then the club handbook as well. The third document was it was just a message from me and the club encouraging you all as members to take this opportunity. Why I'm saying it's opportunity? Because you will practice your leadership, your communication skills, and friendly environment. It's a great opportunity for all of us to take the roles, either a club president, VP education, membership, PR, which is a public relations secretary, treasurer, and sergeant at arms. Leaders, I would like, after the permission of the club president, I feel I would like just to extend the due date, although it was today, but I would like to extend it for one more week in order to receive more emails or nominations from the club members, as we didn't get the chance to announce it in one of the meetings. And yes, I would like to say that in our next meeting, which will be held on May, we will have the elections. So Mr. President, if you can give us the opportunity, or if you can accept this, that we extend it for one more week.
Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. So I will send you another reminder, hopefully by today or tomorrow. Please use it, do not lose it. Back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Zahra, our immediate past club president, for very detailed nomination update. Thank you so much. Our sergeant at arms, I don't see her around. she sent me a message that she is already in the hospital having some medical appointment, but she said that she would log in early to kickstart the meeting. For some reason, I'm sure she is not able to join, but I can assure you that the club's talk.
Hi, I'm here, Mr. President.
Okay, so she's here. Toastmaster Rana. Toastmaster Rana.
I'm in the,
Please, if you
actually,
can-
I'm in the hospital waiting for my appointment. So, my update, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and Ramadan Kareem. Thank you for everything. For my reports, as usual, the inventory and everything I have, but then I have it. So sorry I couldn't show you right now because I'm in the hospital, so I can't carry it everywhere. So, so thank you everyone, and thank you, Mr. President, because I already sent you a message in advance about my situation today. Ramadan Kareem, and Barak alaikum Ramadan, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rana, for joining, regardless of being away at the hospital. I hope everything goes fine with your appointment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Moving on to our treasurer, who is also now competing in an Arabic contest. I don't know what he's doing there. As you can see, you saw his photo everywhere. But I can assure you that we still have money in our budget. We started with 283 dinars, and we are in 267 right now. So everything is in good control. And hopefully we can also expand on that, since we don't really have too much spending during the term. Currently, we are meeting virtually. The secretary, DTM Ratinder Nath, have been. DTM Ratinder, would you want to?
Nothing else to report, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, but I would really have something to say on your behalf. Thank you so much for sending the minutes of the meeting timely, without me nagging or chasing you. I think you are, this by itself is an achievement for me. So thank you so much. And I'm sure if each of the officer does his or her work, the club, as Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club, would definitely still be an Advanced Toastmaster Club, and we are advancing a legacy. Thank you so much, DTM Ratinder. Moving on to the colorful page of our Vice President of Public Relations. She has been doing more than what you see in here. I'll let her to talk about the report. DTM Zahra, our Vice President of Public Relations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Yes, fellow Toastmasters, good afternoon to you again. I'm the VP PR, and Mr. President, I would like to update you and update all the members that our Instagram, our Facebook, and our YouTube channel are updated. And yes, as you can see, this is our website. Fellow Toastmasters and Mr. President, if you can allow me to share with you the updated newsletter that we published this month, the month of April.
You want to share? Should I
Yes.
stop sharing? Yeah, go ahead.
So, fellow Toastmasters, we do have Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram accounts. Recently, we created a special group for our special guests, and I will share with you the links here in the chat box. So feel free to join. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. President.
Wow, thank you so much, DT and Zahra, for such a lovely, energetic devotion. I will ask later on the grammarian to add this to my report. Let's continue with our reports, and we have right now a very important session and very important person. I call him the VIP for the next 2 months. He doesn't like to be called VIP because he thought that VIP is only called for the treasurer, but he is now as our Vice President of Membership. DTM, Said Abbas Al-Alawi.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and hi, and good afternoon once again to all Toastmasters and our guest as well. The Vice President Membership report is, as clearly mentioned on the slides, we have got the opportunity to introduce Seema, and we have Toastmasters Seema to our group. We have done the
Siham, we will do the induction now.
Oh, that's a surprise. I thought it's already done last term.
No, last time we did for Toastmaster Deepak.
Anyway, we will, no problem. And we will keep inviting the Toastmasters because we are a lag of 2 Toastmasters to our target, 8 members. And this we jointly will do with our Vice President Public Relations. I will do a very nice, colorful announcement or slides so that we can attract people to bring them from guests to Toastmasters in the coming period. At the same time, we will utilize the old and gold sessions that are conducted by our Vice President Education, and hopefully we will meet the target by the end of the month. And this is all my report, Toastmaster, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, DTM Said Abbas. I would progress with the report if you can prepare for the induction after the remaining officers. Thank you. And next is our Vice President of Education, who is not here today. And we all know that he had his aunt was passed away yesterday, and he promised to try to join for a while, but unfortunately, it seems that he could not make it. But I can tell you, DTM Farhaz, be it he is around or be it he's not around, he has been really instrumental for this club during this term. And as you can see from his report, currently we have the 5 education goals achieved. We are now just 1 more goal to achieve, and we count on Toastmaster Widad and Toastmaster Bitambaran to finish the 6 DCPs for the education. And by that, along with the 2 members, we would be President Distinguished, inshallah, very soon. Moving on, I have just 1 comment or 1 thing to report, which is the audit committee. Last term, we had an audit committee, and the audit committee chair was DTM Ratindernath, and I think he did a marvelous job. And me as a president, I thought, why should I lose this opportunity to invite the same person? And I know he is more of a physical type of person, physical meeting. So this is a challenge for him to audit all of the reports virtually. And I'm sure he already accepted the challenge. Do you have anything to add to my report, DTM Ratinder, for the time being? You are muted, DTM Ratinder.
Mr. President, I will miss the small blue computer, the laptop. That's what I can see. Apart from that, I am ready for anything else which our treasurer Mohammad Al Dosri comes up with.
You need to tell me your review about the tiny laptop.
I will, Mr. Ex-Treasurer, I will tell them.
Oh, our treasurer is here right now, and he's already laughing. Thank you so much, DTM Ratinder. And for now, I would ask our Vice President of Membership if he is ready for the induction.
Yes, let's proceed.
Okay, so floor is yours. Take it away, DTM Said Abbas.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, brothers and sisters, fellow Toastmasters. Once again, good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning internationally. I hope Toastmaster Siham is with us.
She is.
Let me hear from you if you are available.
I'm here. I'm the timer.
Thank you so much. Just to make sure, and everybody can recognize you as well.
Sure.
We will, yes, Toastmasters, Siham, and to everybody, we will go in a very quick virtual induction ceremony to introduce Toastmaster Siham to our club, Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club. Fellow Toastmasters, it's now our duty and privilege to introduce Toastmaster Siham as a new member into Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club. This is an important occasion, both for the new member as well as for all of the club members. This individual have come to Toastmasters seeking to improve her communication and leadership skills, and we now have the opportunity to help her learn, grow, and achieve. Toastmaster Siham, you are joining a worldwide organization that has helped more than 4 million Toastmasters learning to communicate more effectively. As a member of this club, you will benefit from the proven programs of self-development. You will become part of an outstanding group of people who are decided to help each other in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. I believe the DTM for us is not available, so I will ask the president if Toastmaster Siham have appointed an mentor.
Yes, a mentor for Toastmaster Siham is the person who's talking currently. I'm really honored to be the mentor of Toastmaster Siham.
The honor is mine. Yes, thank you.
So much. So, Mr. President, DTM Khalid Abdullah, again, I will ask you to convince more. Would you accept this nomination?
Without any little doubt, it would be my honor to be the mentor of Toastmaster Siham.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I can skip over. Now, Toastmaster Siham, membership in this club and in Toastmaster International is a privilege that carries with it many awards. Yet, it's also placed a certain obligations upon you. We, a group of people brought together to do things we would not accomplish alone. Our collective obligations is to grow and improve ourselves, and to share our knowledge and experience with fellow members in a spirit of enjoyment. This means you must work diligently toward your own self-development, evaluate others' speeches in a spirit of a support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goal, remains positive, and keep a smile on your face most of the time. We ask you, our new member, to dedicate yourself to your personal growth, to share this great gift with your fellow members, and to help keeping the Toastmaster Club strong and dynamic. I will not ask you to face your member because you're already facing your camera. That's indication of you are facing all the members. But to make the life easy for you and for me as well, I will not ask you to repeat after me, but I will ask you at the end of the promise or the pledge to say, I do, if you wish to say. But in the beginning, I will ask you to say your name.
I,
your name, please.
Siham Muhammad Abdul Qadir.
In the presence of the fellow members of Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club, make this obligation to attend meeting regularly. I would request you, first of all, to raise your hands, the right hand. Yes, thank you very much.
Welcome.
To attend meeting regularly and prepare fully for each assignment. To apply myself to the project outlined in the Toastmasters educational program, to participate actively in the club activities, to evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner, to build open, friendly relationship with my fellow members, and to bring other new members into the club so that they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters. Would you say, I do, if you wish?
I do, with pleasure and honor as well.
Thank you very much. You will have 2 minutes to express your views and why you join Toastmaster Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club, but after I finish this statement.
Sure.
With a club member, please. Again, you're already facing the camera, but I'll ask you to raise your right hand to pledge to help Toastmaster Siham. We, the members, again, I will ask you to say, I do at the end of my statement. We, the members of Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club, pledge to support you in your request for self-development, to provide you with a positive, helpful evaluation, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunity to help others, and to make your Toastmasters membership a rewarding and a fulfilling experience. Would you pledge? All the members to say, I do.
We will.
I do. I do.
Thank you very much. Now, before the end, I would request Toastmaster Siham for 2 minutes to express his emotion and to give us why she have selected Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club to be a member. With a very big round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Siham. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for the warm welcoming. First of all, I attended many meetings by request of our president and CGD, DTM Khalid Abdullah. And I'm so much appreciated that he invited me to his club. And actually, when I attended the meetings, I found how quality the meetings are, the spirit of love, support, and appreciation of everyone to everyone, the spirit of love and positive environment. I loved the meeting, really, and I loved the people in the club. Also, I found the members that I dream to be with them and share them in a club one day, but I thought that it is not going to happen. Thank you to coronavirus, because it let it happen by online. So really, I am so pleased and so honored. I wish deeply to add to the club, inshallah, and I will do my best. It's a promise, and I will fulfill it. Bismillah. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you very much. Again, very warm applause to our newly joined Toastmaster Siham, and wish you all the best. With this, I hand over the control back to the club president, Toastmaster Khalid.
Thank you so much, our Vice President of Membership. This is a moment of honor for our club to have a new joint Toastmasters like Toastmaster Siham. I don't know who is Seema, but that I would talk to you later on after the meeting to find out who is Seema.
Story, huh? It's just letters in between. Remember, I am very close a friend of you, huh?
I know. That's why we'll leave it later. Thank you. Thank you so much, DTM Said Abbas, our past club growth director. And you can see how he managed to prepare in minutes, in seconds, I think. He was able to be ready, and with those as well, the printouts. I don't know how many of you right now, how many of us uses those printouts, but that shows the quality, that shows the eagerness in Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club to have an impact, the first Advanced Toastmaster Club in the Middle East. And this is what we are all proud of. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much for all of the efforts being done by the officers and by the members. Before I end the business session, is there any other business that anyone of the members or outside wish to raise? Great. So we don't have any other business. With this, I close the business session and move on to the next segment of our meeting today. I think I flattered him before I move and introduce him, so I lost this opportunity. But let me try to tell you something about DTM Said Abbas. The first time I met DTM Said Abbas, he was the Division A director. And I was called, I did not know him at all. I was called to be the PR head of his, by that time, his contest. It was physical contest. And there's another lady here as well laughing. She was also the chairperson for the Arabic contest. And I also met her on that same event. What I came to know about DTM Said Abbas, I learned a lot from him. Since then, we became very close friends. And what I like about him, who is also in competition with me, is his smile. I like his unconditional love to the club, to the members of this club. And by the way, Toastmaster Siham, you missed one of the, I wish that by that time we were able to record meetings. We had a meeting one day and the theme was unconditional love. And only those members who were there knows very well what unconditional love means. And see, DTM Muhammad Dosri now is smiling and laughing.
Wow.
And this is where we know DTM Said Abbas with the person with unconditional love to this club and to the members of this club. Please help me welcome our Master of Ceremonies for today, DTM Said Abbas Al-Alawi.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DTM Khalid, Club President, for such a wonderful introduction. I hope I am the one you explain. Yes, I have a conditional love for many things. Yes, smiles always bring you a lot of energy. I like it so much. And one of message I always keep with me is a message from my last manager, who I found him smiling. And he said, I said, you are smiling means that everything is okay. He said, when you saw me smiling, that means things are beyond the control, and whatever I do, it won't help. So it's better to keep a smile. At least I will get the energy. So since then, I keep smiling while I'm under pressure of the president, under pressure of the manager, under pressure of my wife, under pressure from the environment. So smiling healthy wise is adding value. So smile and keep a smile all the time on your face. And by the way, it is a Toastmaster recommendation when you introduced to the club to keep a smile on your face all the time. Thank you very much. Brothers and sisters, fellow Toastmasters and guests, welcome to Bahrain Advanced Toastmaster Club meeting. This meeting is very, very special because it's taking place in the holy month of Ramadan. And as per the theme of today's meeting is the month of piety, the month of mercy, the month of dua and prayers. Ramadan is a very well known internationally, known to many as one of the most important significant Islamic occasion. It is fall on the 9th month of Islamic calendar and last through the entire month, around 30 days. Toastmasters are experiencing fasting. Muslims and even sometimes non-Muslims are experiencing fasting through the day, from the light on to the light off. It's a holiday of deep religious and cultural significance throughout the Muslim world. Ramadan has an important religious characters. It's an opportunity for Muslim as well non-Muslim, because I have a lot of friends, they are non-Muslim, but still they do fasting, they experience fasting, because fasting, when you do fasting, is not fasting about not eating foods. Those who are doing sport, they are experiencing intermittent fasting to lose weight. I don't know, DTM Khalid have done that to lose weight or not. However, fasting is giving you an opportunity to avoid a lot of things, not just food. Avoid harming people, avoid doing mistakes, and try to do the right things. So Ramadan has an important religious characters. It is an opportunity for Muslims and non-Muslims as well to practice fasting, which is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Ramadan celebrates the Prophet Muhammad's first revolutions. Observing Ramadan requires that Muslims be mindful of their faith and participate in significant day of fasting and prayers and charity. Well, I believe you agree all with me. Earlier Ramadans is completely vice different than what we are experiencing now because of this COVID-19 pandemic. Ramadan in the past is out of explanation. If I requested to explain Ramadan, nowadays Ramadan is completely, I won't say dull and dark, but I can say there is no energy. There is, yes, individual energy in Ramadan where everybody are requested to participate the activities of Ramadan in their own houses or through virtual meetings. In the past, it's completely different. I can see, if I just close my eyes, and also as Muslim people who are practicing previous Ramadan, close their eyes and just remember how we were happy as a children when we were a child, how we enjoy Ramadan, the beauty of gathering in our grandfather, grandmom families, how we enjoy the massive of Muslim activities. That itself is a spiritual, that's give you an energy, that's give you a hope, that give you, you are closer to God. So nowadays it's quite different. However, yes, every time and every opportunity need to be utilized to its best. And because of COVID-19, we do our activities through the beautiful technology, the advanced technology that we meet everybody, even those who are not around, like Toastmasters Suki from Malaysia, and she is with us today. So just to start with this, just please give her a big round of applause. So regionally, internationally can be together, even the pandemic is there. And with this, I hope I gave you a bit of Ramadan culture, and in between, we will go through things together as well. To start with, the meeting, the real meeting, the educational session, we have a grammarian who will help us to practice our language and will give us advice, and he will keep silent till the end of the meeting and the report will be fulfilled. So let's join hand to welcome our president.
Can we move on? Can we move on to the GE first, as per the agenda?
Agenda will be last, no problem. That he will send his report.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Anyway, just to keep you updated, the general evaluator for this meeting is Toastmaster Ghulam Farouk. He has his own team, and he will be asked to give his report at the end of the meeting. I would request him a few words before we go to the grammarian. Please, DTM Toastmaster Farouk.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for your introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and dear distinguished guests. As you all know, the purpose of the General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting and sometimes even before it. So during the meeting, I'll be taking notes of everything that happens and does not happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, enthusiasm, and observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I'll give my report. And as suggested, already intimated by TMOD, I'll be supported by team, which he will be introducing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please give him a very, very big round of applause. Thanks, and wish you all the best in your assignment. Now, the second assignment, as he already mentioned that he been introduced to my life since long back when I was a division director. From then, I found his capabilities and abilities to handle things, in which we give him always a pressure, and under the pressure, I will see his smile. So today, he will be given two responsibilities, one as a grammarian and the second as a counter. So without any further delay, let's all join hands to welcome the grammarian and the counter, Toastmaster DTM Khalid Abdullah, with a very big round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DTM Said Abbas, for the lovely introduction. As a grammarian, wearing the grammarian hat, I would be watching you. I'll be watching you for your good use of English, and if there is any area of improvement, general topic or general improvement that I would be watching and noting down. And my role as well as a grammarian is to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day is devotion. Devotion is a noun, which means love, loyalty, or enthusiasm for a person or an activity. His devotion to duty never wavered. It has also a religious aspect, as you can tell during the month of Ramadan, and to match with the theme of the day, religious or worship or observance. The order's aim was to live a life of devotion. She went to her devotions. I encourage you to use the word of the day, devotions, and there would be a prize at the end of the day for whoever would say the word of the day for today. So please remember that. This is the first role. Second role is the counter. I would be looking again, observing whatever you would say during the meeting, and I would look for your grudges, the you know, and in Arabic as well, يعني, and the repeated words. Please don't repeat the words as well. Even if you say يعني, I would also count that in my report. Wish you all the best for today, and remember, I'm watching you. Over to you, DTM Said Abbas.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DTM Khalid Abdullah, for your deviation. So I really like it. And by the way, when I ask Toastmaster Khalid, what is the holy month Ramadan means to you? His answer was, Ramadan is the month of connecting with ourselves and reflect spiritually on how to become a better person. I really like this statement. At the end of the day, the month of Ramadan is to be a better people, to be a better person. Individually, of course, it will impact globally. Thanks for this message. And when I asked him about unique experience in Toastmasters in the month of Ramadan, he said Ramadan in Muharram is totally different. He missed that. And there is something written in Arabic, which I try all the day to read it. Frankly speaking, without hesitation, I couldn't. This is something very, very secret. I don't know if he can open it. I couldn't read it. He will go back to his message because he wrote something different. I cannot read it. You better read it for us.
This is Sagir. You don't know Sagir?
No, I don't know. Something new to me.
You are not from Muharraq, that's why. After the meeting, I'll explain it to you.
Now I will ask my daughter, because my daughter is married in a person from Muharraq. Now I will ask this Sagir, what does it mean? Anyway, thanks for your participation in my questions. Thank you so much. Without any further delay, let's go to the timer. Now, in the month of Ramadan, we started at 3:30 and we need to end at 5:30 because we have to go back and make the things ready for iftar. Without any further delay, the timer for today is the new members lately joined. I need to pronounce her name very carefully, otherwise some people will use this opportunity. Let's welcome Toastmaster Siham Muhammad as a timer of our meeting. Please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you so much for the introduction. And out of devotion, today I took the first role as a timer and as being a new member. My role is to manage time through all the segments of our meeting. And as you know, the 3 segments, I will start showing according to the minimum time. I will show the green card. Mid-time, I will show the yellow card. Red time, maximum time, I will show the red card with 30 seconds grace period. According to the segment, the time will change. So I wish all be careful about the time, because as the TMOD said, we have iftar to be prepared. Over to you, our TMOD.
Thank you so much. Again, give her a very, very big round of applause. Let's jump confidently to the educational session. Today, educational session is very special. We have 2 speakers. The first speaker, Toastmaster DTM Ratender Nat, who will deliver project number 3 from researching and presenting. But before we go to the speaker, let's listen to his evaluator. Toastmaster Ratender Nat, evaluator, is a very well-known figure to Toastmasters. It's how we found this Toastmasters. It's almost like DTM Khalid. She was quiet person, but again, the smile on her face all the time. Then we try to keep a pressure on her, and we find the smile getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And from a little pressure, we extended the pressure, and it goes to division pressure, it goes to district office pressure, and the pressure never stopped in Toastmasters. And she was found as a devoted Toastmaster. She can do anything required, but she wants a clarity. DTM Toastmaster Zahra, I call her as a clarity. So let's welcome DTM Toastmaster Zahra Mkharrak to provide the evaluation criteria for the first Toastmaster, first speaker, Toastmaster, none other than with a very, very big round of applause. Let's welcome.
Thank you so much, DTM Sayyid Abbas Al-Alawi, our Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, yesterday I will evaluate the speech delivered by DTM Ratinder, and it's about research. So DTM Ratinder, the objective of your speech is to do a research, then you will deliver a speech in front of audience. You have 5 to 7 minutes. I would like to encourage you to use the word of the day, which is devotion. You have 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DTM Zahra, for your criteria. Now, without any further delay, let's all welcome the first speaker, Toastmaster Ratinder Nath, the happiest people. The happiest people, Toastmaster Ratinder Nath.
Can I explain the time? Or?
The floor is yours.
It's 5 to 7 minutes, Madam Timer.
Okay.
Fellow Toastmasters, the happiest people, who are they? They are not the richest. They are not the coolest. They are not the slimmest. They are not 24/7 infused with passion. They just seem to be light of spirit. You know, they just seem to radiate vibrations that make you want to be around them. How do they do it? These happiest people, like DTM Khalid Abdullah, the ever smiling Khalid Abdullah, DTM Sayyid Abbas Al-Alawi, the gentleman who is always ready, always in the first circumstances also. Are you ready? You are ready. Yes, I am ready. DTM Zara, you put pressure and more pressure and more pressure on her. The coolest person. Nothing can faze her. And she is always smiling because of her devotion to Toastmasters. These are the happy people I have come across in my club, the happiest people. Fellow Toastmasters, what makes people happy has been analyzed from centuries. Almost any research which has been done comes to a conclusion, which you will observe, that the happiest people are grateful, are optimistic, are kind, and they always stay hopeful, and they relish how lucky they are and play on their strengths. This is their intrinsic character. If you dig deeper into what makes them happy, their answers will be very simple, like a quiet walk on the beach, having coffee, sitting down in the sun, playing with their kids, having fun with their old friends, or dancing, laughing, and hanging out with old friends. These are all things, small instances which make them feel happy. Everyone has his own happy place. If you check, it is not about where they were when they were feeling good, but it is about their engagement, their connection, the meaning of the activity itself that makes them feel happy. Fellow Toastmasters, I have seen 3 common things among the happiest people, which I have noted. The first one, they do not play the if-only game. By that, what I mean is, they don't say what if. It is often said that the measure of despair lies in the gap between what you want and between what you hoped would be. I am sure you have seen this in many people. If only I had more money, I had more prestige, I had a fancier car, I had a bigger house, all such things would be, they will say, would be okay if. It is true. Changes in circumstances can make things better for us. But life does not travel on an upward trajectory always. There are dips and jags, low points, high points, twists and turns in our lives. The happiest people know how best to help navigate through all these. Their past helped create them, but they do not keep thinking about the past, nor do they look too forward. They take what is in now and immerse themselves in it. Or if it is challenging, they find the resilience to cope with it. The second, they have a consistent, meaningful reason to get out of bed. You see, the happiest people, and I have seen many of them even in my working life, you will find people who are coming to work with a big smile, coming full of passion and saying that, hello, Rajendra, how are you? I wonder where the hell is this guy gets so much of energy early in the morning. We are getting up, we are looking for our first cup of coffee or tea at work. My God, who are these people? How do they do that? And don't feel ever exhausted or overwhelmed. Happiness is not rooted in having a passion. It is about being consistent with a purpose for what you do. Whether it is to build your career or work on your land or feed your kids, it does not matter. But having a reason for what you do is what matters. It will keep you going even on the days that stretch you to your limits. Finally, the third most common thing among happy people, they have people around them whom they can trust, laugh with, and love. Love, as you all know, is an essential part of happiness. That human connection is the most important human need for all of us, all humanity. A healthy relationship is a fine thing, but a toxic or miserable relationship will take you to the opposite of whatever is happiness. Love comes in many packages and can be felt and expressed in so many ways. The job of a lifetime is to stay open to it. Happy people always have good relationships with people. Fellow Toastmasters, before I leave, I have just one important message, which I have read and I would like to share with you. Because one believes in oneself, one does not try to convince others. Because one is content with oneself, one does not need others' approval. Because one accepts oneself, the whole world accepts him or her. So said a Chinese philosopher, Mr. Lao Tzu. Mr. Timodi.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DTM Ratinder, for your speech. Please give him a very, very warm applause so he can hear it loudly. Thank you so much again. Now, just before I go to the second speaker and my statements about Ramadan, let me share with you a very unique request from my wife. Although I have requested today to be very free for Toastmaster meeting, now she is leaving. Thank you, I will. She is leaving and strongly giving me a message. The food is on the cook, you need to see it from time to time, otherwise no iftar today. So imagine, so I have to say all right, and she will leave. Then please accept my apology if I go in between, just to make sure that our iftar is okay. Well, what makes the holy month of Ramadan is so special? I'm sure you have a lot. Yes, I will do. Yeah. Okay. What makes the holy month of Ramadan is so special, and I know, and I am sure there is a lot of thinking. Grammarian is smiling, the president is smiling, I cannot hold myself. Yes, the holy month of Ramadan is very, very special to all of us because it has a lot of spiritual activities every day and nights. Yet it's very, very important because it's connect us to our people, it's connect us to our friends, it connect us to the family members. Just between, between you and yourself, how many of your family members you did not meet? Then in the month of Ramadan, you said, yeah, I recall I did not meet so and so, I will meet him this time, or I meet her. So it is a month of connection. And one of the most important is to connect you to God. It's make you closer to God. And also in the holy month of Ramadan, there is a variety of food. There is a lot of food they are cooking in different style, as well as the work time schedule is reduced. Instead of working 8 hours, we work 6 hours. That's fantastic. And in this holy month of Ramadan, I found people help each other, whether they know or they don't know. So this is a specialty of the holy month of Ramadan that reflects on the people. Now let's go to the second speaker. The second speaker is a person willingly, happily, internationally, and intentionally, and with the highest level of awarenesses possible, enjoying Allah's gift in her doomed journey in life. A person, one day, she decided to lead her life independently. Underline this, independently. So the president, you have no control on this Toastmasters. Joined Party Club and family with a gratitude for the added value. Thank you for this. The holy month of Ramadan, in her opinion, is not only a holy month, it's the month of year update and refresh personally, socially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. That's very, very great and very unique as well. What makes it unique, what makes the holy month of Ramadan is unique to her is the international socialization and compassion the world universe witnesses. Mankind literally lives the meaning of sharing, of being a very, very humble. By now you guess already who is I'm talking about. Toastmaster Widad Hijazi, the second speaker, who will do project number 3 from researching. He will researching and presenting. But before we go to the speaker, let's hear from her evaluator. And I believe her evaluator will be our general evaluator, DTM Toastmaster Farouk. As
no, DTM Ahmed Risfi is here.
Is here? All
yes,
right.
sir.
Okay. Then let's join hand to welcome her evaluator, Toastmaster DTM Ahmed Rizvi, with a very, very big round of applause. Ahmed?
He is here, but wait, he doesn't speak.
Yes, I just want to know what is the project she's doing, honestly.
Research and level level 3
level
and
3,
level 1.
the research
Yes.
and presentation, the same project what was done by Toastmasters in the top.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster of GJ, the President, fellow Toastmasters, and most distinguished guests. Good afternoon to you all. It's a pleasure to evaluate this speaker because she joined that very recently and she's in the fast track, I believe. The research and presentation, the purpose of the speech is to present on any topic a speech well researched with statistics, data, etc., and present within 5 to 7 minutes time. And the speaker is expected to bring out data, not only data, the details what she has researched, preferably a subject that is not well known to the audience. I hope the speech will reflect these requirements. I wish the speaker all the best, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DTM Ahmed Rizvi, for your evaluating criteria of the speaker. Now, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and precious guests, with a 5 to 7 minutes time limits, let's enjoy the second speaker, Toastmaster Widad Hijazi, the 5. Toastmaster Widad Hijazi, the floor is yours, please, with a very warm, big round of applause. The floor is yours.
The timer. Yes. Just 1 second. I need to pin the timer. Yes. Okay. Am I audible for you? Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you and we can hear you. Yes.
So next, Abdullah.
You can see the screen?
I can see it, yeah. Parents teach in the toughest school of the world, the school for making people. They play the role of broad of education, principal, teacher, and janitor. This is what Dr. Virginia Satir, the mother of psychology and the mother of family therapy, defined parents. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good afternoon to one and all. Well, can you imagine a child who lived the agony and the tragedy of losing his mother at the age of 2? When this child was practicing his parenthood and fatherhood the best way possible. He was known, he forgot all the agony of his life, and he was known as a father who welcomes everyone. He has good heart, he was always calm, good gestures, quiet, working all the day, welcoming others at home, preparing things, taking care of every single person. Above all, he was a very trustworthy person from everyone. He got the credibility and the trust, the love he shared others was back to him. This person is my father. Next, please. So Virginia Satir, the mother of family therapy, she's a psychologist. Her search was, since she was talking to parents all the time, working with parents, she noticed that people move around, according to her research, that people move around 5 styles of characteristics in their communication. And she says it's important to understand these communication styles because this makes the change within us. Because once we understand ourselves, once we understand our communication style, we will be able to understand others. According to Virginia Satir, there are 5 communication styles people adopt in their life. You didn't do that. It's your fault that the things are broken. I didn't do anything. It's all your fault. If that's your fault. And the first style, the first communication style is the blamer. The blamer is the one who blames others. Before this one, please. So the blamer is the one who blames others, always telling them you did wrong. He searches, he has this eager for conflicts. He always makes troubles at home. His body gesture is leaning down, pointing his finger, and he's steady. He wants to prove that he is powerful. And he never accepts that it's his own fault, that he's the one who did this or that. He's not accountable. And he's skillful at sneering and looking for the faults of others. This is the first communication style. You're here, welcome. That's it. Be calm. So the second communication style is the placenta. The placenta is the one who pleases others. He's quick, he always says yes. Whenever someone asks him to help him, he leaves his work and goes and hurries and helps others. For the placator, we should tell him to teach himself how to say no, the art of saying no. He is open-minded. He is open to every point of view in the world. He accepts others as they are. And his main concern is that others should love him. He has to feel these things. Do they love me? How do people perceive me? I am acceptable. So, and he uses his open hand gesture to welcome others to him. And he uses this because he doesn't like, as a pleaser, he doesn't like to face and make troubles. He wants to avoid troubles, and he's good at confrontation. The next one is what do you think? He's the thinker. We always see the thinker holding his computer and he's having his book, walking like this, and this is the posture he always shows us. For the thinker, he rarely expresses his emotions. For him, his emotions are deeply inside. He only expresses knowledge, and he only expresses that he understands everything, and he likes to talk about topics, especially in meeting with people. People think that he doesn't have feelings. Actually, he has, but he holds it within. And he uses this because he wants to attract others in this situation, the content presenting with people. The next one is next please, Abdullah, the leveling or the leveler. He always have these hands. I remember when saying calm down, give chances for people, give them excuses. I always heard these words. I always wondered how my father was able to work 16 hours a day, and we live in Beirut, and our relatives live in the north of Lebanon. He always welcomes them. He always there for solving problems of others in the best way possible. He's always welcoming them, and he have these gestures, that calm face. He says things you can read him intentionally. He gives you this impression without saying words, and he gained the credibility. This is the leveler, and he always had his palms open to people. And the last one is the one who's always like this humorous, funny. We like him, and we like to have him in our meetings. He is always distractor. He's always humorous, expressing lots of emotions. He cannot put things in one place, but he has his touch, nice touch in our meetings. He's the off balance. Well, these are the 5 styles of communication Dr. Virginia Satir presented, and now you know who I'm talking about. Hopefully you can understand yourself and you get benefit, know where you stand. Thank you. That's it. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Widad, for such a wonderful speech. I like the classification of people. I think I can guess where DTM Khalid is laying down of these kind of personalities. Thank you so much once again. Please give her another big round of applause. Well, before we go to the next session, the table topic, just can you remember the God gifts in the holy month of Ramadan? There is a certain, we call it, our moms call it God gifts. You know what is that? Let me share with you my experience, myself and my brother when we were childs. You know, this is what we call it, the gifts of God in Ramadan. When we were child, and I recall in Karbabad, there is just one single cold store. And the soonest it's open, generally, we run to have the first queue, to be in the first queue so we can purchase our goods. And at that time, it was a very hot Ramadan. And the soonest at around 4 o'clock or 3 plus, the cold stores open. It's very old cold store earlier. We rush, myself and my earlier brother, to reach to buy the goods. And guess what? We bought a 7-Up, each individual. In a second, in a very second, we are more than Schumacher to finish that bottle. And after we finish all, we just said, isn't that Ramadan? How could we forget this? So we go back crying to our mom. We have done this. Then she's smiling happily. She said, don't worry, this is a God gift. You did not do it intentionally. You never done it intentionally. It was done. That's God giving you this gift to let you continue. You are still young to do fast. However, you do that, and this is a God presentation for you. Have you experienced this, DTM Khalid? I'm not sure, but it seems that every day you have the same scenario. Anyway, it is something happened around the holy month of Ramadan, and I personally face it. And I just think that it is happening to everyone. Without further delay, now the next session is the table topic session. Oh, wow. It is quite a frighten, but it's not. It is give us the opportunity to speak on our feet as if we are speaking while we are lying down. We are speaking always on our feet. The presenter for this session is a past division director. She is a professor, math professor. I guess by now you know who is she. Now let's all join hands to welcome DTM Dr. Thuraya Jum'a to present the table topic session for this meeting with very big round of applause.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmaster and honorable guest. Toastmaster wants to challenge us by developing our impromptu speaking and to effectively think on our feet by doing the table topics session. Not only that, we actually learn 4 things when we are doing or involving in table topics. Is improving our listening, our thinking, our organization of thoughts, and of course, our speaking. So today, in this session, I have questions which is related to the theme of the day, which is Ramadan. So I hope all of you ready. Each one, when I ask the question, can speak in not less than 1 minute and not more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So are you ready? And of course, one other thing, anyone who did not have any role today, he is my target. So are you ready?
So
Go on,
I
buddy.
will choose the person and then I ask the question, because this is how we develop our impromptu speaking. If I ask you the question, and that will give you a time to think. So I will do it the other way. I will choose the member and then I will ask question. And as I said to you, the question is related to the theme. So I am sure all of you can elaborate easily on the theme. Just listen carefully. So my first member or first speaker will be, let me choose. Our timer, oh, Toastmaster Abdullah Hijazi. Well done, you opened your camera so that I saw you. So Toastmaster Abdullah, your topics is, what is your best Ramadan memory? What is your best Ramadan memory? The floor is yours, Toastmaster Abdullah.
In life, we have a lot of memories. Some memories are great and some memories are marvelous. Relating to Ramadan, to dear Toastmasters and guests, I remember the first time I ever fasted in my life. It was a very good memory to me because all the house was celebrating and I felt that, yes, with all the positivity, yes, I've done it at last. It was when I was 12 years old. Although I felt the hunger and thirsty, not only the food, the thirsty to and the hunger to, you mean, be more related to God. And it was a marvelous experience and a memory that I will never, ever miss or forget. And back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdullah, for sharing your thought. My second speaker, we have Toastmaster Muhammad Dosari. Oh, we are here.
Dr. Thuraya, I will
Yes.
try.
Oh,
Yes.
I will give you a difficult question. It's all mathematical equation so that you think in Ramadan. So my question, Toastmaster Muhammad, for you, do you ever feel Ramadan interrupts your daily schedule? Do you ever feel
هذه يبيلها
Ramadan?
ترجمة ذي دكتورة، هذه يبيلها ترجمة عادي.
هل تحس رمضان يخربط جدولك اليومي؟
Okay.
The floor is yours, Toastmaster Muhammad.
Thank you, DTM Thuraya, table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, guest. Good afternoon to you all, and I wish all Ramadan, inshallah, be happiness. About your question, it's very beautiful question, and for today I have maybe three meetings in one time. And you know, Ramadan, it's the month of the Quran, and family and parents also, and also friends, between the social friends, some guys in Medinat Hamad, some guys in Muharraq, some guys in Isa Town. So we cannot manage all this in 1 month. I like do all my best. Like now I have meeting and laptop and meeting with you, and also my mother We have now children there, sister children, and I can't manage that, but I do my best, and inshallah be successful, inshallah. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed. Thank you. So our next speaker, may I have DTM Khalid Amin?
Well, I'm driving, but I can try.
Okay. So DTM Khalid Amin, how would you explain what Ramadan to someone who didn't know? How would you explain what Ramadan is to someone who didn't know? The floor is yours.
Madam Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmaster, I apologize, I'm driving, so I don't even know if you can see me.
We can see you.
We can hear you well. We can hear you well as well.
Very good. A very interesting question, because just about half hour ago, I was in a meeting in America. In fact, they had a division contest, and I had to leave because in Ramadan, I have to join my mom and my dad for iftar every day. But related to your question is one of the people told me, why do you have to leave? And then I had to explain to them, because we are in Ramadan. And he said, I thought Ramadan is in November. So I told him no, because we, you know the explanation, we follow a lunar calendar, so it changes every year. Anyway, then he told me, what is Ramadan? I told him, well, Ramadan, on the surface of it is to refrain from eating, drinking, and also the forbidden word sex. So he said, wow, that is tough. So, anyway, but I told him, but deep down deeper, it is something about purification of the soul and being close to your creator. But I don't think I am the one qualified to explain all that subtleties to you. So I told him, if you're interested, I can refer you to someone who can tell you about all these things. But at least I was able to tell him superficially what Ramadan means. I got interested. So this is what I did today, and I think that probably answers at least part of your question. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, DTM Khalid, for the speech. Do I have more time? Can I have one more topic, or?
We are already
late.
behind by 20
Okay.
minutes.
Yes. We have to finish by 5:30.
So I stop me. That means no
If
more
you don't,
topics?
if you don't mind, yeah. For whoever would say, you can give them more table topics after the adjournment.
Right. Okay. So thank you for the Toastmaster. Thank you, guest, for the elaboration. And back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you very much, DTM Thuraya Jum'a, for this presentation and the table topic. Now, without any further delay, this is the third important session of any Toastmaster meeting, which is evaluation. And the one who will lead the evaluation session and the team is none other than Toastmaster Farouk. Let's bring him, give him a very warm, big round of applause. Toastmaster
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day,
floor.
for giving me a chance to conduct the session. First, I would like to because we have to manage time, I'll first like to ask our timer to please give me the timing report of the speakers and the table topic speakers, prepared speech speakers and table topic speakers. Toastmaster DTM Seham, please.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. For the prepared speeches, the first speaker took 7 minutes, 57 seconds. 7 minutes, 57 seconds. For the second speaker, took 7 minutes, 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
So both are qualified for this qualification.
That's a nice way, suspenseful way of presenting it.
All right. Now for table topic. First, Abdullah, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Muhammad, 1 minute, 40 seconds. And Toastmaster Khaled, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So all are qualified.
Thank you very much, DTM Siham, our timer, for that wonderful and precise report.
Thank you.
With that, I would just like to first of all now call the individual evaluators. Can I call upon DTM Zahra Mohara to please give the evaluation report for DTM Ratindranath's speech, the high-paced people. Over to you, DTM Zahra.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. The happiest people, who are they? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon to you. DTM Ratinder today delivered a speech, which is the research. It's all about research and the presentation. And today I'm evaluating the speech delivered by him. So I will start first with the points that I really loved, and I feel that those are positive points. Number one, starting with the question made me personally think, yes, who are they? The second point, he mentioned the members' names and how they are, or what shows that they're happy. What's the connection between them and the happiness? The third positive point, I really liked when he said human connection, love, 3 points. His hand gestures conveyed and delivered the message more clearly. One more point, which is 4th point, that he gave an example for every single common thing about the happy people. Marvelous job. Thank you so much, DTM Ratinder, for your well-researched speech. On the other hand, I would love to share with you the points that I feel you can improve in your coming speeches. I said that it's very organized. Yes, it is a well-researched speech while sharing the 3 common things that makes people feel happy. But I feel it would be better to add more statistics or to share with us from where did you get those points. The second point that I feel you can improve in your coming speech, in order to say, fellow Toastmasters, I read this and I would love to share it with you, you can immediately start with fellow Toastmaster and the message. Moreover, from my experience, to write a conclusion or to deliver a conclusion, we can summarize all the 3 points and the experiences that we went through in the conclusion. So you will leave the audience with the summary of your speech. Last but not least,
I think Zahra is muted, or it's only me.
No, it's only you, DTM Khaled.
last but not least, I feel it would be better to rename the 3 common things that make people feel happy. So it's just for us to memorize it more. To conclude, a very well-researched speech delivered by DTM Ratinder. He started with a question. He mentioned the members' names to grab the attention, and he mentioned 3 common things and gave examples. I feel if you will use more statistics, if you will share with us from where you got it, and if you will summarize the point in the conclusion, this will enable you to deliver a better speech. That's all, and back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Zahra, for that wonderful and precise evaluation. Next, I would like to call upon DTM Ahmed Rizvi for giving his evaluation report for Toastmaster Vidad Hijazi's speech 5. DTM Ahmed Rizvi, over to you, sir.
You are muted, DTM Ahmed.
Sorry about that. The 5. What a curious topic to be selected. When the Toastmaster of the day announced the speech title is 5, it created curiosity amongst me. What the speaker is going to deliver in the research project about 5. General evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and most distinguished guests. I will evaluate the speech on the 3 aspects of the pathways, where the speaker excelled, where the recommendations, and the challenge. Now, going for the part of the excel, the topic selection itself attracted the attention of the audience, and the quote which he gave from the Virginia satire, that quote gave us some ideas about what the speaker is going to speak about. The speaker's sweet voice, where it needed, she emphasized the points coming forward and with the large volume, and she created us descriptive ideas about 5 types of people, communication styles with people of 5 types: the black-hearted, the blamer, the thinker, the leveler, and the distractor. What a marvelous way to describe all those people and communication style to be related. Wonderfully done. Well structured. The devotion the speaker has given for preparing the speech, the devotion the speaker is given for delivering the speech, the devotion the speaker has taken to research the project is marvelous. Coming to the recommendations, when you are doing a research and presentation project, which is equal to project 7 and 8 of communication manual, visual aids usage as well as the research presentation, it would be ideal if you can pause and move around a little bit to show your delivery path as well. That's the recommendation. But the challenge for the speaker in future presentation project is to reduce contents in the slides, if it can be, if it is possible, reduce as much as possible and keep it as a 1 bullet point about placata, then speak about it, then it will be an ideal impact will be given to the speech. Overall, the speaker had the objectives met, the purpose of the speech was met. So I congratulate the speaker and recommend her to proceed to the next project. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Ahmed Rizvi, for that precise and insightful evaluation. I believe the speaker will take that to heart and improve about it. That is what this evaluation about, and I like the way especially that DTM Ahmed Rizvi also incorporated the recommendations from the old manual and the new project details. This is what we expect from the Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, is to understand how to have the synergy between the old and the new. Thank you very much, sir. With that, can I call upon our timer, DTM Seham, to give me the timing taken by the individual evaluators?
Sure, sir. Our general evaluator, first evaluator, DTM Zahra took 3 minutes, 20 seconds, and DTM Ahmed took 2 minutes, 58 seconds. Both are qualified.
Thank you very much. With that, I'd just like to move a small motion to the President and the Toastmaster of the day. As both our speakers have exceeded their time by a bit, is it okay that we qualify them and we accept that? Is that okay? Thank you, everyone.
For the month of Ramadan, we'll say this
Yes.
is technical.
Sacrifice and charity is very essential.
Thank you very much. Okay. So with that, before I give my general evaluator comments, I would like to first of all call upon the grammarian to give and the R counter to give both the reports in a short manner, please, just to manage the time.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I'll go very quickly. I'll take 2 in 1. So it would be both the grammarian and the counter reports in 1. DTM Said Abbas, 9 A's, but on the positive side, he used the word of the day 3 times. Toastmaster Siham, 1 A and 1 use of the word of the day. DTM Ratinder, 1 use of the word of the day. Toastmaster Widad, 1 so. Toastmaster Abdullah, 2 and DTM Muhammad, 3 and repeated word inshallah twice. DTM Khalid Amin used anyway 2 times. And DTM Ahmed Rizvi used the word of the day 3 times. Good use of the English was marvelous meeting as an advanced Toastmaster club. I like the twist and turn in our life. I like the love comes in so many packages. There were so many other words as well. Improvements. Let's remember the plural and the singular form of the verb when we say when we say new members, the preference was for a new member and not a new members. The speaker was referring to our new member, Toastmaster Siham. We were children and not we were child. Overall, it was brilliant meeting, great grammar, great counter, or no, not many grudges, and over to you, Toastmaster of the general evaluation.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian at our counter 2-in-1 for your short and precise reports. Now, before I go to the general auditors report, let me relate to an anecdote I used to read when I was a child. There was this story that this one professor had to give a speech to an audience. This was in London in the 18th century. So he went and gave the speech and everybody was rose by it. He gave a 30-minute speech. Everybody found it interesting. And somebody wanted to ask a question. He said, please forgive me. I cannot stay for long because before I came to the meeting, I came to know that my house is on fire, and I have to rush there. So everybody was surprised, saying, why did you still go ahead with the meeting? The thing was, it was devotion to the community because respect of other people's time. And I relate this anecdote a little bit is to say that this is how today's meeting was really held. Everybody really showed a devotion to the club's meeting. The meeting had certain glitches. It was held in the month of Ramadan and the timing was changed, but still we see more than enough members joining in to form a quorum and do that. That is a devotion that I would like everybody to applaud themselves for, and especially also our guests who came from far and away to join us. There's a lot of things. The meeting went on time. Okay, the officers' report was very well prepared, even though some of the officers were not there. And even one of the officers showed devotion. Even though she was in the hospital, she took time to come along and participate in giving her report. Now that is devotion. That's not devotion, what it is. And everything was there. The nomination committee was announced. The president touched on that message. And everything. The induction ceremony was held properly and everything. And I would say the R counter, the grammarian, and the timer did their jobs very well. The evaluators were very precise. And overall, a very nice and learning meeting for me. As a general evaluator, sometimes it's very rare for me to say that I have found something wrong here going. But there's a devotion that this club shows and the enjoyment that really happened that really kept me alive and glued to this meeting throughout the day, even through this time when I'm nearly coming to the end of the fast. But I would say that the star of the day was our TMOD, who not only kept the meeting alive, did not only work as the Toastmaster of the day, but before you look at his screen, he also acted, look at his name, the Ministry of Defense. He kept the meeting defended the meeting from getting bored. I just had to have that one. Okay, because it's the theme of the meeting, the way he kept the meeting alive with his jokes and incidents and everything. So that was a great achievement for all of that one. And I'll not take much time, but I'd like to also say the guests were properly introduced, and I'll hand it over to the president to take feedback and conduct the meeting because I know we have to manage for time. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
We'll leave it to the master of ceremonies while I run the polls. Over to you, DTM.
Over to you, master of ceremonies, or
Thank
MOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Farooq, for your control of the evaluation session. Yes, I know we are have a time constraint. I would ended my session very quickly. By now, we know the importance of the holy month of Ramadan. This month of, I would say, open mercy. And it's been said for this month, if you moved one step toward God, then God will move forward 1,000 steps toward you. I would request all of us, starting with myself, to use this opportunity to be, as DTM Khalid said, and as well as DTM Toastmaster Widad said, be a better person. It's not only in the holy month of Ramadan, but it is in the entire life. So use this opportunity to be a better person with all the allowances God gave us in this month, in this holy month. And with this, I would say Ramadan Kareem to all of you, and have the control to the president. Back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, DTM Said Abbas Al Alawi. I'm sure your iftar is safe and safe hand, because I still see you smiling. So whatever task given by your by Ali, everything is fine. So great. At this time, may I encourage everyone to vote for the best evaluator? We still have 4 yet to vote. Out of 13, I have only 9. So I can also do the honor of preparing the certificates at the same time. Great, I'll have to close this now, and then one last poll for best table topics. Only one who is left is the best table topics to write the name. We still have 5 more to vote. I'll go 1, 2, and 3. Great. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing devotion. Although we are 3 minutes late for our meeting, we will make this very quick and crisp, to the point. So let me announce the winners for today's session, today's meeting. Best table topics for today is none other than DTM Khalid Amin. Thank you so much, DTM Khalid Amin, for being the best table topics commentator while driving. That's something, you did it in style. Best evaluator for today's meeting is DTM Zahra Yusuf. Well done, DTM Zahra Yusuf. Was only 1 vote between you and DTM Ahmed Basri. I don't know, I should not say this, but just to show how close it was. And the best speaker for today, also by 1 vote, Toastmaster Widad Hijazi. Well done for everyone. Thank you so much for your devotion today, regardless of being during the whole month of Ramadan and fasting. And I know that we are a bit late, but you stayed until the end of the meeting. Thank you so much. And with this, I call meeting number 213 adjourned. And I would really love